In recent days, there has been a growing buzz about a new and terrifying discovery made at the Jordan River that has left scientists scratching their heads. The Jordan River, which runs through the Middle East and holds great cultural and historical significance, is now the focus of intense speculation after an unusual and unexplained phenomenon was discovered. In this video, we will be exploring some of the unreal things happening around the Jordan River that scientists can't explain right here in a secret world. The Jordan River, which flows through the Middle East, has the lowest elevation of any river in the world due to its geographical location in a structural depression. The river rises on the foothills of Mount Hermon, which divides Syria from Lebanon, flows across northern Israel, and then empties into the Sea of Galilee. It continues south after emerging from the water, dividing Israel and the Israeli-occupied West Bank to the east and west, before emptying into the Dead Sea. Nonetheless, the river's location is a significant factor in the present river drying events. Because partnership between Israel and its Arab neighbors is rare, the river has been trapped for 65 years by a mistrustful and frequently violent cohabitation. Jews and Christians view the historic river as a site of worship and a location for baptism, while Arabs often refer to it as Al-Shara. Beyond the fact that the Jordan River is cited about 200 times in both the Old and New Testaments, with the majority of those references referring to healing and miracles, it is thought that Jesus was baptized by St. John the Baptist there. Some people still go to the site where Jesus was baptized. However, doing so carries certain health hazards, because several environmentalists strongly oppose baptisms there, due to the quality of the waters. Nonetheless, a contemporary baptismal tourism attraction has been built in Yardenit, adjacent to the Sea of Galilee. Today, the place is frequently visited by Christian pilgrims who came to Israel to bathe in the crystal-clear waters of the river. Yet the Jordan River is currently among the top 100 ecologically vulnerable locations on the planet, according to environmental organizations, partly due to the absence of cooperation between Israel and the nearby Arab nations. According to predictions, the Jordan River will disappear if nothing is done soon. What's left of the river already contains a large portion of untreated sewage and agricultural runoff, which is what keeps the river moving. As a result, it's possible that Christians who visit the River Jordan soon won't be lucky enough to experience the water where Jesus was baptized firsthand. However, the actions taken to preserve the river have also greatly exacerbated its difficulties. Israel and Jordan have agreed to treat their sewage instead of discharging it into their rivers. Yet experts point out that the Jordan River won't receive any water if there is no sewage entering the lower Jordan, which is the river's main section. Currently, sewage from towns along the borders of Israel, the West Bank, and Jordan has clung to the lower Jordan. The report claims that Israel and Jordan might revive the Jordan River by introducing water from the Sea of Galilee and the Yarmouk River. The Yarmouk River is Jordan's largest tributary, and it used to roughly double the Jordan River's flow. However, upstream damming has since reduced Yarmouk's contribution. Consequently, a third of the Jordan River's original flow capacity can be restored using water from the Yarmouk and the Sea of Galilee, as well as well-cleaned sewage. Unfortunately, Israel's construction of a dam has made it impossible to use the water for agriculture. There aren't many other oases in the nearby foothills. Thus, Jordanian water is especially important for irrigation. Hence, several Arab and Jewish agricultural villages relocate to the Jordan Valley, where irrigation is simpler and supplied in full. The Jordanian side of the valley can now support the cultivation of sugar beets, oranges, bananas, early vegetables, and other crops thanks to a 43-mile-long escort irrigation canal that was constructed on the East Bank in 1967. The problem is that hot springs, notably in the Tiberias area on the western bank of the Sea of Galilee, have made the Jordan River's waters excessively salty. When utilized for irrigation, the water's high gypsum content might leave a salty residue on the soil. Tourists and pilgrims travel to the Jordan River, many of whom are religiously motivated to follow in Christ's footsteps, to touch the river's water and to make connections with historical events. The river holds great symbolic and spiritual significance for many people. Physically speaking, the lower Jordan River is far smaller than it once was. As it finally reaches the baptismal location, Its diminishing water appears slow and a dark brownish-green color. Its degradation is linked to the long-running Arab-Israeli conflict and competition for little water in a valley where so much is in dispute. For instance, a section of the river served as a hostile border between Jordan and Israel, which had previously been at war. The river also divides Jordan from the West Bank to the east. EcoPeace Middle East's director from Jordan, Yana Abu Taleb, who advocates for regional cooperation to save the river and brings together Jordanian, Palestinian, and Israeli environmentalists, said, "It's a victim of the conflict. It's a victim of people because it's what we did as people to the river, basically. And now, adding to all this, it's a victim of climate change. So it's a victim in every way." The lower Jordan, which flows south from the Sea of Galilee, is under threat from decades of water diversions and contamination, according to EcoPeace. Today, just a very small portion of its historical water flow makes it to the Dead Sea. A testament to the river's ongoing allure, the opposing banks of the river are home to rival baptismal sites where religious rites take place. The fact that miracles took place there in the Old Testament gives the river additional significance. On a particular day, a woman placed her feet in the water at the Jordanian baptismal site before scooping some with her hands and applying it to her face and head. Some bowed or crossed themselves when filling bottles. Rustam Makayan, Director General of the Jordanian Baptism Site Commission, spoke passionately about the site's claim to authenticity. According to UNESCO, the Jordanian site is of immense religious significance to the greater part of Christian faith denominations who have acknowledged this site as the location where Jesus was baptized. Visitors to the Jordanian and West Bank locations can access a little section of the river where they can see people on the opposite side. The Israeli flag at Qasr al-Yahud in the West Bank serves as a reminder that the river is a border dividing the two worlds. Jesus' baptism is said to have taken place at that location. For their tourism money, Israel and Jordan, both of which have peace treaties, compete. According to reports, Palestinians are unable to obtain or use water from Jordan anymore. Syria lacks access as well, but it has constructed dams in the Jordan River Basin's Yarmouk River subbasin. The Jordan River, according to Nada Majalani, head of EcoPeace Palestine, meant livelihoods, economic stability, and progress for Palestinians in the past. There is now only an ambition of statehood and authority over water resources, she continued. The deterioration of the river is particularly upsetting to elderly Palestinians who recall how they used to go fishing and take a dip in it. Environmental Protection Minister Tamar Zandberg referred to Israel's approval of plans to restore a section of the lower Jordan as historic. It was abandoned for many years, the majority of its water was stolen, and it essentially became a sewage canal. Restoring the Jordan River has dual significance in a time of significant ecological and climate crises. The plan, which focuses on a section that passes through Israeli land, takes into account Israel's improved water position as a result of its desalination program, which has reduced its reliance on water from the Sea of Galilee due to unresolved final status issues in the peace process. The Israelis and Palestinians did not adopt the Regional Rehabilitation and Development Master Plan that EcoPeace and others announced in 2015, but Jordan did. Some initiatives have stagnated due to political unrest. However, not everyone supports or believes in EcoPeace's work. Jordan has one of the lowest water resources in the world, and its problems are made worse by an expanding population that has been boosted by waves of refugees. Threatening to make these issues worse is climate change. It's best to maintain optimism despite all the difficulties the river is experiencing. But as water is essential to life, immediate solutions must be found. There is no life without water. That concludes our video for today. We sincerely hope you enjoyed watching unreal things happening around the Jordan River that scientists can't explain. Feel free to write a comment below if you'd like to share any thoughts or personal observations with us. To see our most recent videos, don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons and enable the notification bell.